Welcome to online lecture on Unit 1, Crystal Structures and Deformation of Materials. Under this Unit 1, three subtopics are there. Topic 1.1 is Crystal Structures. Myself is Dr. P.G. Kadam, working as a professor in Mechanical Department, JSPM, JSUE, Hadapsar, Pune. Under this Engineering Materials and Metallurgy course, 6 outcomes are defined. The first outcome, course outcome, discuss the properties of materials. You are able to, the student at the end of this course, student able to discuss the properties of material by understanding fundamentals of crystal structures, diffusion mechanisms, and elastic plastic deformation of materials. You are betterly understood the properties of material by understanding these three. Okay, these are the three subtopics, topic 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. In this topic, the first slide, the first lecture, these are the subtopics are there. This topic 1.1, crystal structures. We are going to cover this in 3 to 4 lectures. The first lecture covers the study of crystal structure, BCC, SCP, and lattice parameters and their properties. In second lecture, we are going to cover the Miller indices and the densities. After that, third crystal imperfections, and fourth lecture on the diffusion mechanism. Similar way, on topic 1.2, we'll cover each properties in each lecture, and the third topic 1.3, deformation of materials, elastic deformation, plastic deformation, slip twinning, work hardening, Bossinger effect, recovery and recrystallization and grain growth. After that, we'll cover also the fracture and types of fractures, brittle ductile materials for these two materials. And after that, creep, what is the creep? Understood the creep in detail, and fatigue failures. So, after completion of this topic, the student able to discuss the properties of material and understand by using these fundamentals. The learning outcome of this lecture 1, at the end of the session, you will be able to compare the crystal structures and assess different lattice parameter. So what is the meaning of this lattice? What is the crystal structures? What are different crystal structures? We'll study. So what is the content in this slide? Why to study the structure of crystalline solids? Why it is necessary? After that, the various types of solid materials, just like a crystalline, non-crystallines. Difference between these crystalline solids and non-crystalline solids also will compare. After that, basic concept of crystal structures. What are the crystal systems are there? Based on these crystal structures, what are different systems are there? What is the meaning of space lattice, point lattice, and lattice parameters we are going to cover. What is the meaning of unit cell? What is Bravais lattice? After that, BCC, FCC, and SCP. That we are going to cover under this lecture. So, why to study structure of metals? That means the solid materials. Already we have studied in prerequisite course the internal structure of atomic models, different atomic models were studied. Atomic bonding, what are different types of bondings are there, and that will be required during this study this subject. Okay, that's why we are covered in prerequisite course. That is important. You must go through the each and every lecture and go through the quizzes. The properties of some material are directly related to their crystal structures. What are the crystal structures are there that are relation with the properties? So example here given. Suppose a pure and undeformed magnesium and beryllium having one crystal structure are much more brittle that is fracture at lower degree of deformation than are pure and deformed metals such as gold, silver that have yet another crystal structure. The different crystal structure properties will be different. So that's why we have to study this structure of metals. See another non-crystalline ceramics such as polymers, thermally, optically transparent. See, this is one example shown to you. The same material in crystalline or semi-crystalline form tend to be opaque. Opaque means transparent or translucent. See, this is the same material. By changing their properties, internal structure, it is transparent. See, we can see read these text below this transparent material. See, this is the semi-opaque and this is totally opaque. We cannot see the text below this. Somewhat text will visible here. So this is the aluminum oxides. The structure change, the properties will goes on change. That's why we have to study the structure of metals or materials or solid parts. So these various properties of materials such as strength, ductility, hardness, are related to with the geometry of the structure. So you must know the geometry of structure, that is the crystal structures. The structures are of many types such as the crystal structure, macrostructure, microstructures, etc. This under this crystal structure, the two type of structure we can see. Microstructure, the macro study of macro structure, this microstructure by unaided eyes or by using the low magnification up to 10x. In microstructure, optical microscope or electron microscope, the magnification is from 60 to 2000x magnification we can visualize. And through this electron microscope up to 5 lakh magnification we can visualize. The X-ray diffraction is also used to measure the or see the crystal structures. All these effects and properties of metals and alloys, and hence it is necessary to study these structures. These are different sizes and different properties depend on their structures. So, what are the different types of solid materials? Materials are divided into two parts: crystalline solids and non-crystalline solids. So, crystalline solids, a crystal of this solid crystal. See here this diagram of one material. The crystal structure, the actual crystal, and is somewhat part, and its microstructure is shown to you here, visible to you. This crystalline solid is a solid material have constituents such as the atoms. Here in various atoms or molecules formed by the atoms or ions are arranged in a highly ordered microscopic structure, forming a crystal lattice that extend in all directions, is known as crystalline solids. See, in this diagram, atoms are there in blue, small balls are shown. They are highly ordered in an arranged manner. See here also, the silicon atoms and oxygen atoms are arranged in a similar manner. Every pattern is similar. That's why this is the crystalline solids. So we can identify through their arrangement of the atoms, molecules, or ions. Okay. So then, what is non-crystalline solids? See here, arrangement is not systematic manner. So solid in which the atoms or molecules are not organized in a definite lattice pattern is known as non-crystalline solids. It is also called the amorphous solids. In crystalline, there are and in non-crystalline, this is the difference. See, this is not arranged, organized in a definite lattice pattern. See, this is the silicon atoms and oxygen atoms. We can see they are not organized here, and through this also we can visualize the atoms are not properly, here space is there, here space is there, they're not organized in proper manner. So that's why these are the non-crystalline solids. You can also visualize through this picture diagram of the atoms. Various atoms are connected through this bonding, atom bonding, and these are also a representation. And this is the actual material. This material is when visualized in the microscope, electron microscope, you can visualize this one. So this is the non-crystalline and crystalline solids. Then what is the difference? There are several points are there. To difference between the crystalline solids and non-crystalline solids. Crystalline solids have an orderly arrange of their constituent particles. You can also visualize here orderly arranged, and here are not orderly arranged. So in non-crystalline solids, no such arrangement there. Particles are randomly organized. Next point, crystalline solids have a specific geometric shape with definite edges. Non-crystalline have no geometry in their shapes. Crystalline solids have a sharp melting point on which they will definitely melt. Non-crystalline solids will have range of temperature over which it will melt, but no definite temperature as such. In crystalline solids have a long range order. What is the meaning of long range order? And here non-crystalline solids have short range order. Means if we stand at any point here, whatever the force is applied on both the side, the equally distributed force will be there, and up to any point that will be systematically arranged. So it's called as long range order. But that case not happen in non-crystalline solids. In crystalline solids, cleavage break along particular point and direction. But in non-crystalline solids, cleavage or break into uneven parts with ragged edges. Okay. Some examples are there: copper, zinc, aluminum, iron, chromium, and so on. These are the example for the crystalline solids. And what are the example of non-crystalline solids? Glass, gel, plastic, wax, paper, and so on. So you can imagine through this example how the properties are there. So this is one example represented through this. See, here crystal are placed. This is a single crystal. When multiple crystals are there, they are organized here. See, then this crystalline solid is called polycrystal. And in amorphous or non-crystalline solids, these are not arranged in systematic manner. So amorphous and the crystalline solids are like this. So basic concept of crystal structure. Now we'll go down the crystal structure. So what is the crystal structure? The crystal structures deal with the atomic arrangement in solids. This atomic arrangement, how they are placed, and they are regular three-dimensional patterns of atoms in space. In space, suppose these are the balloons were kept in space, how they are arranged. According to this, the crystal structure defines. This regularity in solids comes due to geometrical conditions. Geometrical conditions means their length, angle, how they are organized. Geometrical conditions are imposed by directional bonding or close packing of atoms. Like this, they are distributed. The requirement of most stable crystal structure, they are trying to obtain this any molecule or crystals. They are trying to obtain the most stable crystal structure. Why? Because minimize the energy per unit volume and preserve the electrical neutrality, which will satisfy the directionality of all covalent bonds, minimizes the strong ion-ion repulsion, and pack the atoms as closely as possible. This is the crystal structure of sodium chloride. Here the atoms of chloride and this sodium atoms are there in between the chloride atoms. Okay. So this is the basic concept of the crystal structure and the construction of lattice. What is the word we heard in previous slide? Lattice. What is the meaning of lattice? Then I'll define this through this presentation. One video, small video. Constructing a lattice. This is a demo. How the lattice is developed. Consider a pattern like this, which displays translation periodicity. See these stars are there. Click next. Choose any point on the pattern, somewhere here or here, at any point. Then click next. Here, say the tip of the star, for example this one. We select it. Mark this point, this black mark. After that, now mark all the identical points in similar manner. Suppose here is the identical point. I mark it circular and black dot. See, these are the all points are marked. Now they remove the background to produce the lattice. See, this is the lattice. Okay, you understood the concept of lattice, the space lattice. Then what is the space lattice? In space, the different points are there. They are organized in the three-dimensional pattern, and this is nothing but the space lattice. It is a three-dimensional pattern of points in a space. How the points are generated? In a systematic manner, idealized geometrical concept, also called as point lattice, means with geometrical, with the space, some distance or in angle were organized. That is called as point lattice. So that is the difference in space lattice and point lattice. It is a three-dimensional pattern of points in space, the space lattice, and that points which are an idealized geometrical concept are called point lattice. Then this lattice point, these lattice points, every point in the space lattice has identical surrounding. Why it is called the lattice? Because here, see, I will point out one point here surrounding to this point. See, same pattern is there. Any point you point out, the same pattern will be, we can observe surrounding to this point. Means this point is there. There are surrounding 3 and this 3 and this 2. Means how many? 8 points are there. So through this picture diagram, also you can see how the lattice points are there. This space lattice has identical surrounding with that of every other point. These points in a space lattice with identical surrounding are called lattice points. Okay. The points with the surrounding identical called lattice point. Here, identical surrounding means appearance of lattice points when viewed in particular direction or any direction you can view, that will the same. The appearance of any other lattice point when viewed in the same direction. So here identical surrounding means what? Appearance of lattice point when viewed in a particular direction will be the same to the appearance of any other lattice point when viewed in the same direction. Means from this direction or top direction or bottom direction, the appearance will be the same. For this is called lattice points. Okay. So to practice identifying the lattice points, understood in detail how the lattice points are generated. With the more complex repeating pattern are there, try to try this following game. We'll try this following game. It's the brick one. See here, bricks are there, small bricks and big bricks. We'll run this game to understood the lattice point in depth. See, this is the brick wall, the small brick and the big bricks are there. We are playing this brick game. See, arrangement of bricks are there. I randomly am selecting these points and check the result. So what is the result? You have not identified all the identical bricks. Click on a wrong brick to cancel. No, again it is pattern is selected wrong. How? To examine closely, see here two big bricks above this small brick is kept. And these two big bricks below these bricks, the small brick is kept. So I have to select similar pattern either above these two big or below the joint of these two big bricks. Okay, so I will reset it and again I'll select the pattern here. So two big bricks, small brick is kept. See, I'm selecting the same pattern. If I select here, it will be wrong. If I select here, it will be correct. I'll check it. See, congratulations, you have correctly identified the lattice. So this type of pattern is there. So understanding of this lattice points through this brick game where the Bravis, Augusto Bravis has the one scientist who have given some structures, crystal structures, and we'll cover this understood of the lattice 2D and 3D, how they are visualized, and also we'll cover the unit vector, unit cell, how is the unit cell in this lattice and the basis, what is the meaning of lattice and what is the basis in the crystal. He was imagination or by using the geometry in the year 1850, he has suggested these crystal structures. The 2D lattice we'll study first. 2D lattice. The important properties of lattice is what? Lattice has exactly same surroundings or scenery if you like. And look from any lattice point in a particular direction. It should have a translation symmetry. What is translation symmetry? And rotation symmetry also. So see here, this is the lattice points are given to you, and this is vector A. Vector A in this direction I'll draw vector A, and I'll go again in this direction vector A. Similarly, vector B is there in this direction, downward direction, and this direction representation is done. Direction representation is there by using this equation. This T is equal to M A bar and plus N B bar. Okay. This is the 2D lattice represented. And this 2D lattice having unit cell, different unit cells. In 2D, we will clear this concept of unit cell also. When there is a cell is there, see, this is the 4 points are structured with the cell, or we can represent the cell like this also. These 4 points are when connected are become a unit cell, or we can draw like this also, unit cell. See, this is the 2D lattice unit cell. When we go for the where to study the 3D lattice, here the unit cell is represented here through this red mark And then what is unit cell? This is the one of the representation of this lattice. Through this we can observe the total structure of this crystal. If a infinite space array points are there, the one of the unit cell were selected with the unit dimension, and this cell is in 3D diagram and were just kept outside. That is the unit cell. Okay. So crystal lattice are basis. Crystals are formed with the lattice and the basis. Here the lattice points are already were clear this point, and this is the basis. Okay. When we combine it to these atoms, suppose two atoms are there, that will form a molecule, and they are arranged in systematic manner. So how will it will form on the lattice and basis. So again we will go in detail for the unit cell. The small repeating entity in of the atomic structure. The atomic structure, when there is a small repeating entity like this in this diagram, the small entity is repeated here, the same entity is repeated here, here also same entity is repeated, and that is nothing but the unit cell. Then unit cells are basic building blocks. If you see the blocks, we can make a various by using these games. Small children play with the blocks. Like this, unit cells are there. One block is even one unit cell. The unit cell are basic building blocks of the crystal structure. It defines entire crystal structure. This unit cell will define entire crystal structure with atom position within. In any atom, what is the position of the atom and the crystal structure it will define. So what is the unit cell then? The atomic order in crystalline solids indicates small groups of atoms from a repetitive pattern of crystal structure in 3 dimensions called unit cell. Means atomic order in crystalline, the various atoms are placed in crystalline solids, that will indicate a small group, of atoms from a repetitive pattern of crystal structure in 3 dimensions, called unit cell. So this again this unit cell are maybe a primitive or non-primitive. If the vectors, what is the primitive and non-primitive, we'll see here. The primitive cells, primitive unit cell, the vectors which define the cell are chosen so that lattice points are only at corners of the cell. Such as unit cell is called primitive cell and has only one lattice point per unit cell. See here at the corner there are atoms are there, and it's called a primitive unit cell. But non-primitive unit cell, the more than one lattice point per unit cell. Here more than one lattice point per unit cell. These are 4 at the corner and 1 at the center. See, concept behind this is what? When we divide this one atom, the 1/4 part is here, 1/4 part is here, 1/4 part is here, 1/4 part is here. We add it all 1/4 part. Then what will happen? This is a 1 unit cell. It will 1 atom. It will become a 1 atom, and that's why it is called a 1 lattice point per unit cell. Various crystal systems are the result of the translation repetition. See here, this is translation from A represented by the vector A or vector B is a symmetry of this atom in this direction. It is place translation symmetry. Okay, and all such primitive unit cells in space and all such systems come out to be 7 types. Various 7 types of crystal structure are defined. Major these are cubic, tetragonal, orthorhombic, rhombohedral, hexagonal, monoclinic, and triclinic. You have to buy these all the 7-1. This lattice parameter, study what is the lattice parameter and lattice constant. That is the geometry of unit cell. Depend on this, it is defined. Since the structure of perfect crystal is a regular pattern of atoms and distributed on a space lattice, the atomic arrangement can be described completely by specifying the atom position in repeating units of space. Lattice is called the unit cell. These vectors are there represented A, vector B, and vector C. This ABC describes the size of the unit cell. This unit with the unit 1, suppose we say 1 unit, length is 1, 1 and 1, and A, B and C. These vectors define the cell and are called as a crystallographic axis of the cell, X, Y and Z. Okay. This will represent along this x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, and the 6 lattice parameters are there. This length ABC along with the alpha, beta, gamma. This alpha is the angle between this B and C. Beta is the angle between A and B, and gamma is the angle between A and B. These are called crystallographic angles, alpha, beta, gamma, between the lengths A, B and C. So these are the lattice parameters in a unit cell or constant. These on this basis of this lattice parameter, lattice constant, there are 7 different possible combinations A, B, C, and the alpha, beta, gamma, of which represent the distinct crystal systems. 7 crystal systems are defined. So, what is the difference in crystal structure? Generalized crystal structure we can say, but definite crystal systems are there based on these lattice parameters. The stacking of space filling arrangement gives 7 crystal systems. Here 7 are there: cubic, tetragonal, orthorhombic, rhombohedral, hexagonal, monoclinic, triclinic. First go with the cubic. What is the in cubic? The distance A, B and C is equal. That means here written AAA. These 3 are equal, so it is written AAA. And the angle between each length is alpha equal to beta equal to gamma equal to 90 degree. So it is written here 90, 90, 90. So what is this type of crystal system? This is a cubic. In tetragonal, this alpha A and B distance are same. Here written AA, and C is not equal to A equal to B. So what is the here represented here? And alpha, beta, gamma are 90 degree. In orthorhombic, A, B, C distance are not equal. So it is written here A, B and C. The distance are not equal. So alpha, beta, gamma are equal. So 90, 90, 90 it is represented. So changes in the ABC and alpha, beta, gamma, that will represent the this orthorhombic. In rhombohedral, ABC are distance are same. Alpha, beta, gamma are not equal to 90 degree. That may be 89, 80, 45, any other degree, but not equal to 90. And hexagonal, A and B are same, like in tetrahedral, but in C is not equal to A and B. Alpha, beta equal to 90, but gamma is equal to 120. Why it is called hexagonal, we will see later on. Also in detail, I will go in detail for hexagonal. In monoclinic, A is not equal to B is not equal to C. This length A, B and C are not equal, but alpha and gamma with 90 degree but not equal to B. Beta is not equal to 90 degree and not equal to these 2 angles. Okay. So in triclinic, A, B, C are not equal. Alpha, beta, gamma not equal to 90 degree, that any other than the 90 degree. So a change in this parameter, lattice parameter, the crystal system will be changed. There are 7 crystal systems well studied. So in Bavis has suggested these crystal systems were studied. This is the Bavis. He is a scientist who has suggested in the year 1850 this crystal system. On the basis of this geometry, he has imagined the crystal system, and nowadays it is also using the same crystal systems. There is no change. On these lattice points, we can describe the 14 different arrangements on this lattice point and these crystal systems. Also, he has suggested 14 different arrangements called a Bravais lattice. Bravais lattice. However, there are other arrangements of points which satisfy requirement of point lattice. That is the condition of identical surrounding. The Bravais demonstrated that in all such lattices are 14 lattices, not more than 14. These 14 lattices are called Bravais lattice. And these Bravais lattices are given on the next slide. We'll see these Bravais lattices are represented here. These are cubic, simple cubic, already we have studied. And how the 14 are differentiated in cubic system. See here. The atoms are placed 4 above and 4 below, and they are connected with the bondings. Bonding lines are represented, and it is called simple cubic. When each face is placed with the atom, these blue dots are shown, represented. Each face is placed with the one atom here, top side, back side, this right side, and the front side and below. It is called face-centered cubic. Under this cubic system, the 3 types: simple cubic, face-centered cubic, and third one is the body-centered cubic. Here it is similar to simple cubic. Only difference in this, there is no atom in the face. Only one atom is there inside the body. So it is called body-centered cubic. Only one atom inside at the center of this unit cell. So this is the 3 crystal structures are there under this cubic system, and this tetragonal system is there with the 2 different crystal structures. These total are 14. These total are 14 structures. This is a simple tetragonal with the same distance, and here C is not the same, similar to A and B. And when we kept one atom inside here, it is called body center tetragonal. Okay, but hexagonal, where in last slide I told you the hexagonal to this tetragonal. Okay, so this tetragonal also become a hexagonal. How? This one tetragonal is kept here, another, and kept here, and that will form the symmetrical tetragonal will form hexagonals. Okay, so these are the 6 we have studied. Next is the orthorhombic system. Here are the 4 crystal structures are there: simple orthorhombic, body centered, base centered orthorhombic, and face centered orthorhombic. So how the base center, where the atoms are placed at the base only. Face center orthorhombic, they are the atoms are placed at the on these all faces, and here no atom are placed in the inside the body or on the surfaces. So it is simple orthorhombic. The 2 crystal structures in monoclinic. The 7 crystal systems are there that will define the 14 crystal structures, different crystal structures. These 2 crystal structures in monoclinic system are rhombohedral and simple monoclinic. Okay, and one rhombohedral and one hexagonal are shown to you, and one triclinic, this base centered monoclinic, and the simple monoclinic are the two crystal structure of the monoclinic system. And here one rhombohedral and one hexagonal it is represented. So these are the crystal structures we have studied. The crystal structure in metals. Now we have to go in detail. Crystal structure in metals. The majority of metals fall on in either of the following crystal structures. BCC, body center cubic. FCC means face centered cubic. SCP, hexagonal closed packed. See, this is the crystal structures in metals with the body centered cubic. Here the hard sphere unit cell representation. The unit cell with the big balls, it is represented as at the corner. Here at the corner, unit atoms are there, and in the center, one atom is there. It is represented by the hard sphere. Spheres are there, and when we cut here, it will look like this. The inside the sphere is there, and outside the 1/4 part of the sphere, it is represented. When we cut it, like make a slice, it will represent like this. And diagram is known as hard sphere unit cell representation. And this is the reduced sphere unit cell representation. This diagram is always you have to call like a reduced sphere unit cell representation. An example of this BCC or iron, iron. These are the some examples are given to you. This is the body center cubic. In body center cubic, this is a representation in this structure. There are 8 corners atoms. See here, the 1, 2, 3, 4 on top, 1, 2, 3, 4 on bottom, and inside one atom is there. In the center of the unit cell, no atom on the face. There is a face. There is a no atom. If we count the number of atoms, this one example, the average of number of atoms per unit cell, where to find out how many atoms are there in average by using this formula, this generalized formula, NC by 8 plus NF by 2 plus Ni by 1. What is NC? NC is the total number of corner atoms in unit cell, total number of face atom in unit cell. Ni means center or interior atom. So NC is what? The total number of corner atoms. How many atoms in corner? 8 atoms. So it is written 8 by 8. NF is what? A number of atoms on the face. There is no face atom on the face, so it is written 0. And how many atoms in the center? 1 atom is there, so it is 1. So we'll solving it, we will get the 2. Answer is 2. Means how many atoms are there? Number of atoms are 2. Average number of atoms in BCC. So similarly, FCC, the face-centered cubic structure, FCC, is a closed packed directions are face diagonals. All atoms are identical. The face-centered atoms are shaded differently only for easy of viewing. This face-centered here, these are the face-centered. There is no atom inside this face center. Only atoms are on face. These gray color balls are represented the face center, and these corner atoms are represented by the red color balls. And this diagram is nothing but the hard sphere unit cell representation. And this is the cut section of this hard sphere representation. This is the circular half portion of the face center atom. See side and the top and below. It's not visible. So this face center atom represented in the different color. Here is the diagram with the face center. See, this is the lattice, space lattice, and here we are selected the one unit cell. This is the hard sphere diagram, and this is the picture line diagram to show you, clear you the idea of the unit cell of this total crystal. Okay. For this face-centered cubic FCC crystal structure, hard spare unit cell represented here, and this is the reduced spare unit cell, and aggregate of many atoms. So various atoms are when they're there. We can find out from this one the unit cell. Okay. For clear view, this is represented, and this is the diagram, and this is the one numerical to find out the volume of unit cell. How to find out the volume of unit cell? They calculate the volume of an FCC unit cell in terms of atomic radius r. Each atom having radius r, capital R. See here, radius is shown by the r. This FCC unit cell illustrated with the cut section. Okay. A is the unit cell length. Already studied that length will be same in the vertical and the horizontal direction. A. Here is the one triangular section where cut. Suppose here we cut here, and only from this view we observe. We'll see this is the triangle with length A, horizontal and vertical. And this 4R, it becomes 4R. How? Because here is the diameter, full diameter, that means 2R, and here is the 1R, and here is the 1R. You can also clear through this R. This diagram R is represented small, but the meaning is same. That is the radius of the atom. The atoms touch one another across the phase diagonal, the length of which is 4R. Since the unit cell is cubic, its volume is A raised to 3, where A is the cell of edge length. So what we have to find out? What is the volume of occupied this by the these atoms in the FCC structure? So from the right triangle on the face, this right angle triangle, this we can write like A square plus A square is equal to 4R square. Then what is the A? A becomes a 2R under root of 2, under square root of 2. The phase unit cell volume Vc may be computed from the formula Vc is equal to A raised to 3, and put the value of A here, 2R under root of square root of 2 raised to bracket 3. Okay, then it will become 16R cube under root of square root of 2. So this is the volume we can find out for the FCC. Similar way, we can find out the volume for BCC and SCP. The SCP is the hexagonal closed pack system. These are the three for the metals. Generally, they are observed in metal. The cell of an SCP lattice is visualized as a top and bottom plane of 7 atoms. See here, 1, 2, and this 5 and 6, 7 in top, and again in bottom there are 7 atoms are there. Forming a regular hexagon. This is a representation of hexagon. If we see from the top or bottom, it will represent like a hexagon. With the central atom, there will be central atom or central atom. There are 3 atoms will be there, and there are 2 lattice parameters in SCP, A and C, and representing the Bessel and height parameters respectively. See here, this is the one dimension A and height is C. Okay, the example of this are given: manganese, zinc, cadmium, chromium, and this zirconium, titanium, and volume we can calculate likewise the similar way by using the trigonometry. The volume become 3 into under root of 3 A square C by 2. And how many atoms per unit cell? Also we can calculate the average atoms, 6. In next lecture we will also see how to calculate the atoms in the SCP also. This is the hard sphere model for the unit cell. If we cut, see, this is the hard sphere model of this, and this will be the unit cell represented in the hard sphere. Okay. So I'll stop for this lecture. In next lecture, we'll go in detail what is the indices of these crystal structures, how to find out these indices. So till we have studied, thank you very much.